When you were on Arsenio with Sugar Ray Leonard and Muhammad Ali in 1989, Muhammad Ali looked like an old man. He was 47. You're 7 years older than Ali was then, and you're getting back into the ring?
Hey, listen, the fact is, we live a different lifestyle. Me and the greatest. We lived a different lifestyle. I never took that many punches after I fought with the last fight I had. I left. I lived my life, and I've been through some experiences, and now I'm back here. And I feel like I took a better care of my body and my state of mind than most of the fighters that before me that retired and came back.
Mike, let me ask you this. Also, for a lot of your career, people weren't trying to last you were getting them out of there early. The punchers sometimes actually take less shots, especially in sparring and stuff, than the boxers. Let me ask you this. How competitive, how serious are you? Ding, ding, round one. It's an 8-round exhibition. I presume no headgear. What are you trying? Are you trying to knock Roy out? Is that are you Mike Tyson, or are you guys sparring? What's the mentality?
Hey, listen. The rules in California, I believe we have to wear headgears. But
okay,
we're in there showing our skills. And we're showing our skills and we're fighting,
Are you?
I know in boxing, listen,
this is what Roy Jones.
Max, this is what I learned in boxing as a young boy. When you sign that contract, it become pro, but it can happen in amateurs. There's an unwritten clause in there. You know that unwritten clause, Max? And then in the professional boxing contract, it's unwritten that at any moment during training or fighting, you can die. That's the unwritten clause in boxing contract. And that's just what it is.
That's real. Mike, who else, when your name comes up, a lot of people's minds go to Evander Holyfield. You and Roy are fighting on September 12th, 8-round exhibition, and you were the #1 pound-for-pound fighter in the late 80s. About 5 or 6 or 7 years later, Roy Jones was the #1 pound-for-pound fighter in the world. Speed, power, the whole thing, and wound up winning a belt even at heavyweight. Who else would you like to see on this kind of senior circuit?
Hey, listen, I would like anybody that would like to perform and could pass the exams and everything. I would like to see them on the tour. Anybody, and not only in boxing. I'm talking about MMA. I'm talking about basketball. Who wouldn't like to see somebody like Rodman and go against Man of War 1-on-1 on half court? Who wouldn't like to see that? Who wouldn't like to see Allen Iverson go up against one of the greats like Holloway and those guys, Penny Holloway and those guys, 1-on-1?
Mike, I think that you're onto something. Obviously, like a lot of times this happens in modern boxing. The guy doesn't get paid. He doesn't get paid because the general public doesn't know him. By the time the general public knows him, he's old. He's not as good as he used to be, but that's when he starts making money. Then his career seems to come to an end. Then he keeps fighting on because he's finally a character people know. And so you're a character people know. Roy Jones, I mentioned Holyfield, you mentioned Rodman. There are a lot of people like that who people will pay to see compete and fight. So I agree. What I'm trying to understand is how much of it is WWE, how much of this is showmanship, and we're going to demonstrate skills, and it's like an exhibition, and we're going to make you nostalgic and remind you. How much of it is Mike Tyson's looking to be Mike Tyson in the ring?
Hey, listen, 100% of it looking to be Mike Tyson in the ring. But what I wanted, the people that we're talking about now, who society says are overaged and washed up, they have a bigger fan base than the guys fighting and playing now.
Yeah.
So what's the purpose? The name of the game is to get our fans excited and see us again. They have a bigger fan base than the guys that are playing. The wide receiver, the guy that plays Jerry Rice's position, doesn't have a bigger fan base than Jerry Rice. And Jerry Rice is not playing.
Yeah. Mike, you're right. You are characters people know and have invested in emotionally over the years, and I think would be willing to pay for. I'm going to pay for it. Whatever people want to say, oh, they're old, they shouldn't be fighting. People will pay, is my prediction, to watch you do it. The reason I'm so interested in talking to you about it, other than it's your idea, you're headlining, you're the biggest name and all that, I can't, you don't play boxing, but especially Mike Tyson didn't play boxing. If you were Muhammad Ali and you said there was going to be an exhibition, I could see him bolo punching and rope-a-doping and clowning and doing all those things to putting on a show. But, brother, that's not the way you fought. Part of your appeal was ding,
Max,
ding, round one. You were running at your guy throwing bombs.
Exactly, Max. Only thing I have to say, I'm a neophyte and taking it easy. You know? I don't know how to do that well because I'm just one speed forward, and I don't know. Roy's just gonna have to deal with that.
Mike, it's great to talk to you. As I said, I tell you this when I see you, and when we talk, but I'm so happy you're not only alive but productive, and I'm one of the people who's going to patronize this fight, and I'll be talking about it on Max on Boxing. I have to ask you about Shark Week, Mike.
Yes. Very terrifying. Another way to face my fears. Listen, let me explain something, man. I'm from Brownsville, Brooklyn. So I'm a product of fear. Everybody's afraid down there. I don't care if you're mean, it's the toughest guy down there. We're all afraid. So something deep in my subconscious tells me, because of my experience in Brownsville, that I'm a coward. And I keep facing that. And I don't want to believe that, but something in my subconscious tells me that. So I'm constantly challenging that and facing that kind of phobia.
Right. That was the Cuss D'Amato school of thinking. Everyone said, oh, no fear, no fear. And Cuss said, no. You have to face your fear and learn how to use it.
Exactly.
And Mike, I think your life story is about overcoming that, and it's great to see continued success, and I hope we talk to you again before September. Thanks a lot for coming on.
Hey, thank you. Thank you, brother. Thank you very much. And I'm happy I'm here too and didn't die. But for some reason, I think if I would have died, that's when I would begin to live.
Thanks for watching ESPN on YouTube. For live streaming, sports, and premium content, subscribe to ESPN+.